Hello, my name is Trevor Lewis, and I'm coming to you not from the Voyager Steam Lab, but from my backyard. So I'm going to show you today how to get started in Google Classroom. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to just google.com and make sure that you're logged into your school email address. So you can click up here to see which Google account you're logged into, or if you're not logged into any, you can log into an account. You can see I'm actually logged into the wrong account right now because it says at gmail.com here instead of my school email address. So my school email address is actually right down here. I'm already logged into it. I just switched to the wrong one, so I can click on it to switch. If I don't have this one, I can hit add another account and log into my school credentials as normal. And once I've done that, it should show up just fine right here. So there I am. So now I'm ready to go to Google Classroom. So if you're on the staff homepage, we have a Google Classroom link, but it's not up here in these big ones. You got to scroll down a bit. It's right here, Google Classroom. Or you can just Google the word Google Classroom. It might take you to an advertisement. You might have to hit enter Google Classroom, or you can just go to classroom.google.com. So you can see I'm logged into Google Classroom, and here are all my classes. I can see I don't have as many as I normally do because it's been in between trimesters, and I'm starting to archive them, which is a good thing to do for your classes because otherwise your students will start unenrolling and they'll delete all their work. But if you archive them, it locks them so you can go back and look at that later. So these are my classes. To get started in Google Classroom, you might not have any. Once you get in here, you're going to probably have to do something like, say, allow Google to have access to certain things, to say that you want to use your school Google account, and it may even ask you if you're a teacher or a student. Make sure you click on teacher there. And then to start a new class, what you do is you're going to push this plus sign right up here, and you're going to create a class. You can also join a class even if you're a teacher. That's a good way to collaborate with other teachers or do professional developments, things like that. So when you push create a class, it's going to give you this window here. Let me resize my face here. There we go. So you need a class name, and that's pretty much all you need. I like to fill out all of these things. So you can see here when you get into the class view, the class name is the big one up top. The section is the small one down here. So from a student point of view, it's going to look the same. So you might want to think about that. The subject and the room don't really show up very well. So I always fill those in, but you don't have to. So I'm going to fill this in, and I'm going to call this a test class because I'm going to use it later for another video. For this section, I'm going to call it homeschool, or let's call it class at home. And you can give it a subject. There is also a list of subjects. So if I just start typing a single letter, you can see there are some different subjects that you can choose from the drop-down menu if you want to align with what other people are doing. And then you're going to press create, and that'll start a new class. And it will open that up. And you can see my internet at home is a little slow. It's going to take a minute. But when it opens up, you'll have your class all set up with the defaults. So there's some things you're going to want to change right away. You're probably going to want to either upload a photo, a long, wide photo, or you're going to want to select a theme so that it matches what your class looks like. You've got a few different places to go here. Up at the top, you've got the stream. That's this page right here where it shows everything you've done in reverse order, sort of like a social media feed, but actually chronological. You got your classwork tab, your people tab, and your grades tab. This is also the really important part here is this class code. This is how you're going to get your students in your class. So you can push this button to get it big on the screen. That would work great if you're in a classroom. You're going to get this class code to your students privately. Don't post this publicly or you'll have a whole bunch of people in your class who you don't want to be in your class. So this class is going to go away before I post this video. So this class code is not going to do you any good. But this is how you get to that class code right here. Get this class code and you're going to send it to your teachers or your students, excuse me, and they'll be able to get logged in. The other thing I do always whenever I start a new Google Classroom is I go into the settings and I change one really, really, really important setting because I always make it sure that students, when it says in the stream, I don't want the students to be able to post and comment. I only want the teachers to be able to post and comment. You can use this if you want to do class discussions, but I don't recommend it because you want to set your expectations. So that's pretty much it. And then you got a class and you can start to play around and figure it all